So the 2017 Bassmaster Classic just ended a few days ago. In this video, I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the tournament because it was a pretty interesting little tournament. Bassmaster Classic is the tournament that all these guys on the Elite Series, the college kids, the Bass Nation anglers, that's what they all want to get to. And this year was it was different. This is the first year where they haven't really dealt with extreme cold temperatures. Being on Lake Conroe in Texas in the springtime, they really didn't have that much of an issue with it being cold. Now, with that being said, the fishing was a little bit different this time around. In the past few years, in the past 6 years or so, they've been dealing with pre-spawn fish, very pre-spawn fish. This year, they had pre-spawn going on, they had post-spawn going on, they had even spawning fish going on. And that brought a different tournament to the stands, a different Bassmaster Classic. And it was pretty interesting, especially the lineup of anglers that people thought would win this year. Some of the names that got thrown out there as likely to win were people who do good on your offshore fisheries like Kentucky or places like that. The lake kind of fishes similar, but the fact is they didn't go there during the summertime. They went there when the fish are up shallower. There were deep fish to be caught, there were shallow fish to be caught, and then there were fish scattered in between, some of those post-spawners getting away from their spawning areas. Some of the people, or some of the anglers people thought would win were like, Kevin Van Dam, Mike Iaconelli, Keith Combs. A lot of people were pushing for Keith. He did some major study. He has so much history on this lake, and people thought it would really come into play here, but he studied so much. Mark Zona said during Bassmaster Live that whenever he went to go sail his boat at the end of last season, he had like 160 hours or something like that. I don't remember the number. It wasn't a ton. It was a good bit, but it wasn't a ton. And before he sold it, he said he was going to first go to Conroe before he sold it to do some pre-practice back in like December, whenever. And whenever he got done, he racked up over 300 hours. And they said that that's equal to him being on the water like 1,000 hours or more. That's a long time. He didn't stay on the water, surely, and run his motor the whole time he was out there. He did some fishing, surely. So that's insane. That's how much he practiced for it. And he didn't do that good. He didn't do good at all. And I thought he would. A lot of people thought he would, and he didn't do that great in this tournament, which kind of surprised me. Somebody that I was really wondering about was Edwin Evers, last year's Classic champion on Grand Lake. It's pretty interesting. He's won, in 2015, he won 2 Elite Series tournaments, one of which I got to see, and that's what propelled him into the 2016 Classic that he won. And I was thinking, he's got 2 Elite Series wins, so why can't he go into this tournament on Conroe and win a second Classic and have 2 for 2 of each, And I honestly thought he was going to get it done. He did the exact same thing on Grand Lake. He was in the exact same placings in Grand that he was on Conroe. The first day he was in 13th, second day he was in 3rd, and then we thought, Championship Sunday this year on the Classic, he'd do like last year and just go smash them. Everybody else during this tournament, whenever they were asked if they were catching them, a lot of the guys were kind of iffy about it. And Edwin came forth and just said, yeah, I'm catching them. I mean, he's always, from what I've seen in seeing him in person, he's always a little bit hyped up, just a little bit. But in this case, he was really excited. And I thought that he had this tournament done. So we found out this past Sunday that the eventual winner was this guy right here, Jordan Lee. Jordan Lee he was a college angler that made his way over to the Elite Series, which is awesome. Him and his brother Matt Lee are both really good anglers. They're sticks. I mean, they are great anglers. And they worked their way up through the college level like a lot of guys are doing. Bethel University is right down the street from us, and we had the only college kid in the world to fish the Classic this year, John Garrett. He went and fished the Classic. I don't remember where he finished at, but he didn't do that bad in my mind, being a college kid going against some of the best in the nation. But Jordan Lee eventually won the tournament. He started out on the day really far back, just like Edwin Evers did last year on Grand Lake, and he smashed a 27-pound bag on Championship Sunday to take the lead over Brent Ayler, who had won it, or who had been in first place for the previous 2 days of the tournament. And it was just exciting. Get out of here, cat. It was cool to watch on Bassmaster Live, and then the weigh-ins, all that. It's pretty awesome. I mean, he came in just like Edwin and smashed 27 pounds on the last day to win the tournament. That's insane. People were saying that there'd be 30-pound bags on Conroe, and there wasn't. But the closest one we had came on the last day in a clutch moment. Another really interesting thing is where Jordan started out every day, or at least a few days of the tournament, was on a point. And he went to go leave, from what I understand, he went to go leave that point in the morning, and something happened to his lower unit. So he was forced to fish there all day, which was like a sign that he should have stayed there, because he racked up 27 pounds on that point, and then rode in with somebody else to go to weigh-in. That's pretty awesome. That's like insane. And he could have just completely missed that, because he was going to up and leave, and he couldn't because of the lower unit. I don't know. That's some insane stuff. As far as fishing went on Conroe, this Classic, I feel like people caught them everywhere. Some people were sight fishing. The first day, Friday, they couldn't really do that because of the very bad conditions they were faced with, the waves and all that stuff. They couldn't do it. The last 2 days of the tournament was interesting. They caught them shallow, they caught them deep, and they caught them everywhere in between. And that just shows you how good these guys really are. The weights weren't exactly huge this time around, but you know, it was still a grudge match, and it went down to the wire until Jordan Lee just blew everybody out. And I don't know, it wasn't a huge margin for his win either. It was like 1 pound and 6 ounces or something like that. It wasn't a very big margin of victory there. Last minute thing real quick, I didn't mention it. These were my picks for the Classic. I had a small group of anglers I thought would do really well. First of all, being Keith Combs, local favorite John Garrett. I was hoping he would do really good and take this thing home. Mike Iaconelli, and then the guy that I always hope wins, Randy Howell. Randy's an awesome person. His wife Robin is awesome. They're just a great group of people. I was hoping maybe this would be their tournament too. One that I wasn't really rooting for, but he's always a competitor or a threat, would be Kevin Van Dam. I have nothing against KVD. He's pretty cool. I've talked to him a couple times. He's been nice to me. But we just don't. We have the same fishing style, but we have a different ego. So it's like we don't really see on the same page in my mind. So those were my few picks for the Classic. And most of them did okay besides Keith and John. But it was still a great tournament. So that's my thoughts on the 2017 Bassmaster Classic on Lake Conroe in Texas. I believe Bassmaster is going to have the TV show up on like April 16th or something like that. It's not that far away, and I cannot wait to watch it. It's going to be a pretty cool little show there. So thank you guys for watching this little insight thought video on the Ken Arnold Fishing YouTube channel. We got some cool stuff coming up, so be sure to stick around. We might talk about this in the near future. It's pretty cool. Thank you guys for watching.